Alright, so in today's video, we are going to be going over a strategic pitch presentation on the Dungeons of Trials in Grand Summoners. Alright, so this is what this is going to go like. I made this Google presentation slideshow. I'm going to link it down below in the comments, so you can just go look at it if you want to, but you will learn how to beat every floor of DOT, and I did full clear all of them except 26. I was on it for like an hour, and full clearing it is so hard. I've done it before, but for some reason, the team comp just didn't want to work today. So I just gave up. I'll do it a different day. I don't care. Got a little quote right there, and then the team. There's too many teams. There's way too many team comps. Um, Here's our objectives. So number 1, what's the gimmick? Number 2, who do I use? Number 3, what equips do I use? And number 4, how hard is it? So on a scale of 1 to 10. So number 1 is going to be floor 20. And you'll see in every slide we have the floor 20, we have our 4 objectives, we have a picture of the boss, and we have a video. So I have gone and made a short on every single. So when I say every single, I mean the first 19 floors of DOT don't have bosses, so they are very easy to clear. Like, they don't have bosses with gimmicks. They're super easy. You just clear them. Super easy. But then 20 after, even the first couple are super easy, but, just in case, they do have gimmicks. So here we go. Floor 20 is going to have 2 bosses. The first one has Light Killer, and the second one has Dark Killer, and both of them negate critical damage. So you do not want to bring Light or Dark units, and then you should bring a tank if you need one, and Defense Ignore if you need it, because they can't take crit damage. You might still need that Defense Ignore. And the first boss is going to paralyze you. So you're going to want to bring a Protection Suit Viper or any form of Paralyze res. Whether that's a unit or an equip is up to you. This one is going to be a 1 out of 10 in difficulty. It's very easy. The hardest part is just having to nuke 2 bosses. So you're just going to need 2 nukes. Or if you do a sustained fight, you're going to need to make sure you're not getting paralyzed. We're going to skip past that. I'm only going to show the videos of the hard ones. So floor 21, this is for all of them. All of them have physical res. All of the ads in this fight have physical res. And the boss has a nuke at the start of the battle. So you're going to need a magic DPS because all of the ads need to take magic damage, and so does the boss. They won't take physical damage, and you're going to need a tank because her nuke is pretty strong. Just bring the best one you have. Taunt tank or damage mitigation, doesn't really matter. So just like Shiro, Kirasame, Gamagori. If you have Sistina, the Valentine Sistina. If you have Volti LR, Gerald might work. Literally just bring a tank. And for equips, you're just going to want a magic or a dark DR for your defense. This one's just a 2 out of 10 difficulty. You pretty much just need any tank and then any magic DPS, and you should be able to clear it. And then floor 22. So for the first half of his fight, he's going to be immune to not crit damage. So you have to crit him for the first half of his fight, and then for the second half of his fight, he is immune to crit damage. So you cannot crit him. So in this one, you're going to need a tank, and I would heavily recommend you use True EX Gate for your crit, just because it's like 15 seconds of crit. So you use that right when you get into the boss, and then you have 15 seconds of crit, take out his first half, and then when that 15 seconds runs out, take out the other half without crit. This one's a 3 out of 10, not the hardest, but he does hit really hard, especially if he burns you. So try your best not to get burned. If you have a taunt tank, they're only going to get burned. They should be fine. But otherwise, you might want to bring some precautionary measures like cleanses or Little Red Riding Mira, anything like that. But shouldn't be that big of a problem. And then floor 23. So she has Human and Beast Killer. This one's super easy. You literally just nuke it. And then for your equips, you're just going to want Burst Arts in your support equips. So, yeah, it's 0 out of 10. This one, you literally just nuke it and she blows up. All right, and then 24, this is going to be Oldius, so do not damage him while his damage stock is active. So what I mean by that is once you get to the threshold, he starts a damage stock, so he just won't take any damage, but the more you damage him, he's going to charge up. And then once he hits you, it's going to reflect however much damage you dealt. So just don't attack him. This is why I'm saying you should bring Archgeners and a Breaker, just because you just get your Archgen, get him down to his threshold, and then stop. Just don't do anything. And then when he swings, when he attacks you, it'll barely do any damage because you didn't play into it. And then you have your arts, and then you just use your Archgeners, get back to Archgenning, keep going. Your equips are going to be pretty standard, just like Dark DR. Honestly, I don't even think it really matters. Just make sure you have a breaker on this team, because to kill him, you're going to have to break him. Once you get to his final threshold, you have to break him, and then he's going to start another sort of damage stock, and that one you have to break in order to kill him. So at the end, you're going to want to deal as much damage as you can. Alright, and then floor 25, damage taken up to poison and blinded units. So this is for Vows Death. There's 2 bosses on this one. The first one's Vows Death, and then the second one is Flogasa. But Flogasa is actually super easy. So you literally just nuke Flogasa. It's not that big of a deal. But for him, you're just going to want a tank and some nukers. So, and then for the defense, you're going to want a True Raz. It'll just stop him from poisoning and blinding you. Or if you have anything else that has poison res and blind res, just bring that with, and you should be completely fine. But you're definitely going to want a tank for this fight. Alright, and then here's floor 26. This one's pretty difficult. This is the only one I could not full clear. I do have a full clear on it, but for some reason today I spent like an hour and a half trying to replicate my full clear, but for some reason Rags just didn't want to hit. So these are my recommendations. First of all, you need lifesteal for this fight. So the first boss isn't going to die unless you use an art. And then the second boss, you just want to explode her. You just want to blow her up. So, and to do that, she has like Hellfire as a passive, like an arena passive or whatever it's called. So you're going to take 5% of the damage you deal, you're going to take as damage. So you're going to need lifesteal to combat that. So either Roast, he is a dragon who gives the whole team lifesteal, or Rags, he is just has built-in lifesteal and he does a lot of damage. He does it all in one hit. He's pretty good for this fight. But full clearing with Rags is kind of hard. Just the team comp, this is the best one I found, but I'll show it to you. I'll play this video just because this one's hard. But for equips, Exceed Zex is definitely the best equip. It has lifesteal built in. This one's going to be a 5 out of 10. It's very difficult. It's definitely one of the hardest ones to full clear. Okay, and then here's the video. The quality is kind of bad just because I had to rush these. I've been doing this all day. I needed to get it done. It's like 10:41 p.m. right now, and I'm ready to go to bed. So I had to rush these out. I'm just trying to get it done. So you're going to want some Archgen. You're going to want to be getting all this done right away. And then for the full clear, I have the breaks. The way you would full clear this one, I'd say, is just do 2 different runs. One where you break and one where you don't. And in the one where you break, you're probably going to die. But right here, you can see Rags does his 1 hit and boom, she dies. But Luvia and Rin, unfortunately, did die, so I don't get the full clear. But I did get the break clear, so if you do want to full clear floor 26, just keep in mind that you can do it in 2 separate runs. You can do a break run, and you can do a run where everybody stays alive. So that's what I would recommend. That's how I initially did it the first time. But then there was a couple times, where I got this team comp to work by breaking and keeping everybody alive. And I don't know how, but for some reason didn't want to work today. Whatever. Okay, and then floor 27, Palamecia, she has damage taken up when she's diseased. The #1 unit for this fight is going to be Alvina. And then True Raz is going to be really good, or anything that's going to give you freeze resistance. So True Raz, Cess Wavy Frill, and then like Nudist Beach Uniform. I think that's 4-star heal from the Kill la Kill crossover. That gives freeze and paralyze res, I'm pretty sure. And then this one's going to be a 2 out of 10. Pretty easy. Literally, you just disease her and then blow her up. Nothing crazy. Alright, and then floor 28. This one has 4 dragons. You're going to want the first dragon has physical resistance, so you need a magic damage dealer. The second dragon has magical resistance, so you need a physical damage dealer. The third dragon has demon resistance, so it's not going to take damage from demons. So you're just going to want any race that isn't a demon. So for units, you just need a diverse team. That's pretty much it. And then for your equips, pretty standard. Literally just run whatever. Nothing is going to make a crazy difference. But if you want to full clear this one, you're going to need to break. So with my team comp, I run Shiro, Pencilgon, BF Emp, and Chloe. So what I do is I break the first one because he is immune to physical damage. So if you think about that team comp, all 4 of them do physical damage, but BF Emp has magic damage on his super art. So what I do is I break it, and then I use BF Emp's super art to deal damage. And then I get my break damage, and I don't have to worry about doing it on the final boss. So that's how I do it. You could definitely do it a different way, but that's how I get my full clear on 428. 2 out of 10 is pretty easy. Floor 29. This one, for some reason in the game there isn't actually, like in the compendium with the monsters, there isn't a picture of Radis. There's just a picture. There's just a picture of Wilkes. There's no picture of Radis, so Wilkes is over here. Floor 29. This has Miasma, and the boss only takes damage from debuffs. So your best friend here is going to be Pola, and then my team comp, I have an auto, literally just Pola arting, Miranda true arting, Shiro arting, and then super arting, and then just straight arting, and then Human Rimuru just spamming art. And for your equips, you're just going to want skill speed up. That's pretty much it. And in my opinion, this is actually the worst fight in the game. Why they made this, I don't know. Like, why would you make a boss that both has Miasma and only takes damage from debuffs? That just sounds horrible. Like, this is minimum like a 4-minute in-game fight. And in real time, that's like a 12-minute fight. This is horrible. This is by far the worst fight in the game, and I hate it. This fight never should have existed. It's so boring. It's literally just nothing. And I hate it. And then floor 30, literally just beat him quickly. That's it. Pretty much just a basic sustain team should do the job. And then equipped, same thing, just basic. This is going to be a 3 out of 10 in difficulty. And the music goes so hard. It's actually the background music of this video is the music that plays when you fight him. But I'm going to play this one just because Hajime he did his thing here. I didn't know you could beat this boss this fast. So we're going to start just popping everything. Getting my art off with Shiro, getting a little barrier. And then we got to do our Hajime super art, obviously. And boom, first half of the fight done, easy, whatever. Getting our Shiro UBW and our Hoka super art, so we can get Archgen and that crit damage debuff. And then, I was just thinking, Hajime's super art is there. I mean, I might as well do it again, But I didn't know it was going to be like this. This is just silly. I'm just waiting. So he's immune to damage for a little bit there, so I was just waiting a second. And he's just gone. And then it starts playing. That music is so good. I love it. But yeah, that's it for floor 30. Honestly, it's a pretty fun fight. I like it. But in my opinion, the most fun fight is going to be floor 31. So this boss, final boss, is going to be immune to whatever element dealt the most damage in that threshold. So he's going to have 3 thresholds. So before the first one, whatever you damage him the most with, he will no longer take damage the rest of the fight. And then same thing, it'll just keep going on. So you're going to need a team with 4 different elements, or it would pretty much be impossible. And then your equip's pretty standard. It's just a sustained comp with 4 different elements. But on the first fight, you're going to need some accuracy and a magic damage dealer, because she just takes less physical damage. I tried it with Uzu because I just wanted to use Uzu, and he just wouldn't hit her. So I don't know what was up. So I would just say Veldora is very good for this fight. And this one's going to be a fun out of 10. This is my favorite fight in Dungeon of Trials. And you get a lucky gem from it, so it's hype. And why doesn't every boss have music that goes this hard? I'm going to play it just because it's not in this video. Also, wait. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Where is it? I got to get to the start of this. I sped it up really quick just so I could actually make it a short. This Drago Cannon literally just melts them. Look at all these attacks up and HPs up. Veldora is crazy. He does so much damage. Oh wait, you're not gonna be able to actually hear the music. I'm gonna turn the volume up and be a little quiet, but it's sped up so it sounds different. I forgot I didn't actually speed this one up, but so that's what it sounds like. I like the unique music with the boss fights. I don't know why they don't do it anymore. It's so cool. But yeah, that's it for floor 31. It's pretty easy. Floor 32, this one's just boring. I don't like this one either. So there's 2 bosses. The first boss is going to have you're going to need 200% burn res or a cleanse. And then she has to be broken to take damage. That's why it's boring. It just takes so long. And then the second boss, Giavel, he's pretty easy. Literally just beat him. So I'm going to get flamed for my team comp here. But, okay, first we'll go over some good units. So good units, Rimuru, Chloe from Fate, and Penselgon. Just because I would pair these 2 together just because their breaks are going to go crazy. And it'll help you clear this fight a lot faster. But any breaker should be fine. It's just going to take longer depending on how bad your breaker is. And then Little Red Riding Mira is going to be a pretty good carry for this fight. As long as you have a defense slot, this is going to be really good. And yeah, it's just boring. But you're going to flame my team comp here. I got Chloe, Hoka, Penselgon, and Rimuru. So if you don't know anything about Archgen types, Chloe, Hoka, and Rimuru are all the same Archgen type. So just so you don't flame me, the reason I'm using this team, Hoka is a crazy damage buffer. He's literally the best support in the game. And then Chloe is going to be my break buffer. And then Penselgon, she's different Archgen type, so it's fine. But she's going to be my breaker pretty much. Chloe and Penselgon working together is just, they're crazy with the breaks. And then Rimuru, he's just over here to make sure nobody gets burnt. So they're going to get burnt. Rimuru cleanses the burn. So that's why Rimuru's over here. Because if you do get burnt, you get damage taken up, and you take a lot of damage. And you almost die very, very quickly. So that's why my team comp is a little wonky. So don't judge me. But yeah. That's floor 32. That's all of them. None of them are really that hard. The hardest one is probably 26. But yeah, that's it for this video. And I'm going to leave this slideshow down below. And it's going to have all of my shorts. They're just in the slideshow, so you can click on them. You can see what I did to beat the boss. And yeah, that's it. Just nice, quick video. See ya.